Good Saturday morning to Larry and all the people who are tuned in to VOB. How's everybody doing today? You watching your sugar consumption and cutting back on those sweet drinks, right? I hope so. Peter Boyce here, welcoming you as the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program and the Maria Holder Diabetes Center sponsors the next 15 sugar-free minutes on VOB 92.9 FM. A show that is especially targeted at diabetics but also has health tips for non-diabetics as well. Today, you'll be hearing about vascular issues or what people refer to as bad circulation. Plus, you can get some nutrition tips and much more. Call up a friend who might be diabetic and tell them,
"Turn on VOB, the Maria Holder Diabetes Show on!"
Because there's going to be lots of information that they will want to hear. We will be right back, starting after this word from the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program, reminding you to get your eye screened. You know.
Did you know nearly 1 in 5 adults in Barbados have diabetes? Did you know diabetes is one of the leading causes of vision loss in the world? Regular eye screening can save your eyes. Contact the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program today at 243-3937 to find out how you get your simple digital eye screening done. Remember, BART members get 15% off. The Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program. Saving eyes, saving lives.
Oh, you're back. I am here in the kitchen blending my fruit drink. And I know a lot of people out there like to blend their own variety of fruit drinks on mornings and create their own special smoothies. I put in blackberry, banana, orange, and then I put in some spinach and some cabbage, some green stuff. And you know when you blend your own smoothies, you know what you put in it, so you know it is 100% natural and healthy, right? No, that is a good question. Because you know sometimes we do things thinking that they're healthy, and then we find out they're not as healthy as we think. Especially if you are a diabetic. So let me check in with Miss Victoria Cox, nutritionist with the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, and hear what she has to say about blending fruit drinks in the morning. It is good, though.
For many people, there's absolutely nothing wrong with making a fruit smoothie or blending together a variety of different fruits. I would always suggest not adding any additional sugar. So if you're using a liquid base to make a smoothie, you want to make sure that it's something like water as opposed to juice, so that the only sugar you would be getting would be the natural sugars from the fruits. However, specifically if we are talking about people with any form of diabetes or pre-diabetes, the fact is natural sugar is still sugar and can and will still spike your blood sugars. So while for some people I would say this is just a creative way to get in your fruit intake and, reap some of the many benefits of fruits, unfortunately, if we're talking specifically to the population living with diabetes, I would be very careful with blending up fruits, making a natural juice, because, without knowing somebody on an individual level, I tend to suggest sticking with only one fruit at a time if you have diabetes and you're trying to avoid high blood sugars. And of course, in a smoothie or natural drink or natural juice, there tend to be multiple fruits packed in there, which means there's the natural sugar from multiple fruits, i.e. much more likely to have an unwanted spike in blood sugar.
Thank you, Victoria, for setting us right as to what we need to do in order to blend a healthy fruit drink. I hope you all was listening. Remember, access to nutritionist Victoria Cox is just one of the many services available at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center located in Warren, St. Michael. If you are a diabetic, you could have Victoria design an eating plan specially for you. You can also be seen by diabetes specialists, specialist nurses, psychologists, and get your feet checked out by podiatrists. All of your diabetic needs can be taken care of in one location. And very soon, there will be a dedicated vascular department. This will be the centerpiece of a new national preventative campaign that will highlight the discovery of early circulatory problems in the limbs and extremities of at-risk persons. So if you know that is you need to listen. Sometimes people's feet is swelling and thing, and you just hear them talking about how they got bad circulation. Well, all of that can be addressed by this vascular program when it starts. So while people call it bad circulation, doctors call it PAD. So what is this PAD? And you're probably wondering, how is this PAD treated? Let's hear from a professional in this area. Consultant cardiologist Dr. Remy Soyombo.
Today we're going to be talking about PAD, or peripheral arterial disease. PAD is usually diagnosed by physical examination and a test called an ABI, which compares the blood pressure in your arm and your ankle or in your leg and will calculate an index, and this will indicate whether or not you have PAD. So how do we treat PAD? PAD is largely treated through lifestyle changes and medication. Exercising regularly and not smoking are the main lifestyle changes that can ease the symptoms of PAD and reduce the chances of it getting worse. It's also important, of course, to eat a healthy diet and lose weight if you're overweight or obese, to moderate your consumption of alcohol, and to treat the underlying causes, of course, meaning the high blood pressure, the high cholesterol, as well as the diabetes. And in some cases, medicines may be prescribed. In more severe cases, surgery may be used to improve blood flow to your legs. And with treatment, most people's symptoms remain stable, and some people may actually experience an improvement in their pain. Now, if treatment is unsuccessful, there's a risk of potentially serious complications, such as amputation. So please talk to your doctors today and schedule an appointment, if needed, at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center for your ABI, if you are at high risk and meet the indications. So remember, PAD or arterial circulation problems can mean cardiovascular disease or heart problems. So please get it checked out.
Thank you, Dr. Remy Soyombo. You can find Dr. Soyombo at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. It's also where you can call and book your appointment to get your eyes screened with the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program at 243-EYES, 243-3937. So if you are diabetic, you do not want to get diabetic retinopathy impacting on you, and the next thing you know, you go blind. Remember, BART members get 15% off their eye screening at the Diabetic Center. That's 15% off an already reasonable price. So call now. Do I tell you? 243-EYES, 243-3937. Don't wait now, you know. Stop putting it off. You know, sometimes how we like putting off things, especially we men. We keep him in a horn, and then next thing you know, it's too late, and you end up going blind. We don't want that to happen. At this time, we go to another medical professional, Dr. Charles Pierce, clinical lead of the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program. And we asked Dr. Pierce if a person becomes blind from diabetic retinopathy, if they were to start treatment, can the condition be reversed?
Unfortunately, that is unlikely if you're completely blind, as in you're not able to see any light or very minimal amount of light, something we call as no perception of light or only perception of light. In that case, it's unlikely that you're able to reverse that. However, if there are a lot of changes from diabetic eye disease and you have the appropriate treatment, then there can be some improvement in your vision. But it all depends on how advanced the changes are.
So this underscores that it is important that persons really keep on top of getting their eyes screened.
Absolutely. So what we're trying to do is pick up these changes before they get to the stage where you have significant loss of vision. You want to have the screening done, and if there are any signs of early diabetic eye disease, then we can intervene at that point and make a significant difference to preventing you to go on to have loss of vision.
We now welcome a patient of the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, Mr. Paul Edwards.
Good afternoon, sir.
How long have you had diabetes, and what challenges have you encountered with the condition?
I had diabetes since 2009, and it wasn't when I was working permanently in Barbados. It was when I was working in Grand Prix motor racing, where my driver saw me a little bit woozy when I got off of the plane, and he was a diabetic himself, and he tested me, and I was 22.
Wow.
Blood count. So I was well over. So from that moment onwards, I knew I had a problem. I've been a patient of Maria Holder Diabetic Center for probably about 6-7 years now, since I've lived permanently in Barbados. And I've worked as a chef and in several restaurants in Barbados. But to be fair, I've known Miss Brathwaite, Diane, I've been under her care for this period. And I must tell you that she's been extremely extremely helpful to me and probably saved my toes at least 3 or 4 times in the last few years. From my point of view, I've referred, and Diane has met many of my, probably 2 or 3 colleagues that have had diabetes, and they've also become firm patients of Maria Holder Center.
In terms of you personally, how did diabetes impact your lifestyle?
Tremendously. When I first discovered in 2009, when I told you that, the first situation for me was having a reading of 22, I was referred to a doctor in Melbourne in Australia, and when I came back to Barbados, which is my place of residence, I immediately contacted Dr. Brown, who referred me to the Diabetic Center, to Diane, obviously just straight away. It impacted me in the way of, I was suffering with my feet terribly, high blood pressure always, not listening to Diane Brathwaite always, because she calls me her bad boy, because she just wonders how I survive. But to cut a long story short, I couldn't have done without them. You actually know, we all went through tough times during COVID, but even when, the going was tough, Diane helped us with some, medicines and made sure that we all got, what we needed to keep going and, to control our diabetes. This facility is top notch. But the long and short of it is, Barbados for many, many years has been known, and sadly, I'm sure that this reputation is getting a lot better. It's always been known as the amputation capital of the world, which is really sad. But with the help of everybody that works at the Diabetic Center, I think we've kind of moved a little bit forward from that now, because you can get help, and I would advise anybody in Barbados who just thinks they may be a diabetic to go to the Diabetic Center. I have nothing but high praise for it.
The Maria Holder Diabetes Center, with their diabetic eye screening program, offers a standard of service that equals or surpasses any you might receive internationally. So if you are diabetic and listening to your radio right now, you need to make an appointment and get your eyes screened. You can reach them by calling 417-0305 or 243-3937 to make that appointment. The last 15 minutes you heard on your radio was brought to you with the compliments of the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program and the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. Until next time, take care of your eyes.
Did you know nearly 1 in 5 adults in Barbados have diabetes? Did you know diabetes is one of the leading causes of vision loss in the world? Regular eye screening can save your eyes. Contact the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program today at 243-3937 to find out how you get your simple digital eye screening done. Remember, BART members get 15% off. The Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program. Saving eyes, saving lives.